you go. 53 is the mic. Bring it. Bring it. 26.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An early task, 2 plays in. This is third and 2.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Right there, 54, right there. We're going to 53. Coming for you,
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A first down carry by Elliott. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down now. It's Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 10-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's third and long. Prescott from the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the shit!
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Listen to me. 54
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
First down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Lucky 48. Zebra. Where's your hot?
To throw is Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Mike 54. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, we're good.
Mike 54.
Go. Hey, Charlie.
We got this. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Right side.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. The 20. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, no, easy.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is caught off the deflection. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 21-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Mike's 54. Mike.
Hey, Steamer. Here we go. Keep it up.
Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
To the air again, it's Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 21 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
53 is the mic.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And the ball is knocked out, and this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, check.
Hey, can't. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch that.
Now Cousins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Mike 55! Mike 55!
You must be dreaming.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Get ready.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 53. 50. Hey, watch the screen.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 2. And the Cowboys
A first down throw for Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
at the 6-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Hey, Clifford!
A toss to Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Switch, hey. Here we go, go to 54, line in. 26.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They run again on first down. Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Right there in the middle, 55. It's been a long day for you.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check, 55. Leave it, bring up 48. 55.
Cousins to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the 40 now on second down. Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Right. Check, 53's Mike. Cut.
10th carry now for Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, kill. 47. 3, Mike. 47. Short.
Check your backer.
64. Wait. Chance.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Brings up third and 8.
Here we go. 480.
Mike 54. Let's go, D.
Hey, 47.
Mike's 5'4. Watch the pass.
26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, pick your...
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey.
On third down, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 39-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Check.
They go to Elliott again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
It's a gain of 3.
You got nothing.
Brings up third and
You got
4.
nothing. Jam. Joker. Check.
There we go, kill.
Here
We go 46.
26.
26.
Prescott from the gun on third. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Yellow.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Hey, let's get this.
Following the interception, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Throwing is Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
And the Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check 53.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Elliott. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Tyrone Crawford, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. To try again after the sack. Cousins, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, shoot. Watch it, watch the pass. Yo. Here we go. Wait, son. Hey, Clifford. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. Wait, son.
Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. 26 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies proud.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's taken down inside the 30. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A 20th carry here for Elliott. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
47.
Throwing, Prescott going for it all. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. J.J. Nelson, 26 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bennett in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Cousins now. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
And the Vikings first down.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Five.
55.
Black.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Switch.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that.
Rhino.
Check.
Gun.
Motion.
Zebra.
Hey, watch Sam. Check, Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, we're good.
Hey, exit.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to need their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.